What up, everybody, and welcome to the FB and Goob show. I'm FB. I'm truly just not sure where Goob is at anymore. So,
Hey!
hey, there he fucking is. Finally.
What's happening? Sorry I'm late. My plane, they stole my baggage, so I was dealing with that for a while.
You lost the baggage?
Baggage is gone, man. I got all sorts of New Jerseys somewhere in Munich right now, probably.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's out of control.
So you
Stole a
how
bunch of
many
olive
you
oil.
have
Yeah.
jerseys in bags? You have jerseys in?
Yeah.
How many jerseys did you buy?
I bought four.
What was jersey prices there?
It ranged anywhere from $23 to about 80, depending on how close you were to the train station.
So
But
for
so for example, I got this Torino jersey for like 85 euro. And that was like right beside the center square, super touristy area. But I bought my Juventus jersey in the same town, just like by my apartment on the outskirts. And that was 25, 30 euro.
what, like in a bodega or some shit?
Kind of, yeah. Just like, yeah, some random Indian guy just selling jerseys.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you always got to go find the guys with the on the racks.
How much is 85 euros in American money? In
Close to
US,
100.
huh? Close to
Close to
100, right?
100. Yeah, $97 or something.
Right. Their money's better than ours.
Yeah, they got the euro. They got all of Europe doing the same
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Right. Except for Scotland, they're trying to do their little stupid thing. Some
Yeah,
shit.
sure. There's a couple countries. I think Turkey or
Still bouncing the British pound.
yeah, exactly.
um why that's why yeah, losing the lug is never good, man. I've never really experienced that. I don't want to jinx myself. I'm doing that Georgia. It's not an international trip, so it's probably a little easier to get from California to Georgia, you know.
I
I'll
mean,
probably get my bag.
your bag's still in the States somewhere. It didn't have to cross the Atlantic or anything.
No, I hope to not go over a body of water going from here to Atlanta or to Georgia. I'll
Yeah.
freak out if I go over a body of water. What's that huge body of water below us? Well, that's the Pacific. What?
Yeah.
Going to
Nice.
Georgia.
Well, it's Georgia. Well, I just wanted to thank you for holding this show down while I was overseas, eating so much cheese that I don't know what's ever going to happen with my cheese zone ever again.
Oh, I honestly had a hard time losing the name of the longest continuously running non-watched best show ever. I
Yeah.
thought the continuously part I thought would be taken out, and I didn't want to lose that part. So I figured, fuck it, why not? Let's just roll with the punches. Start the show. I mean, the first one was only like 15 minutes long. I did sports by myself.
Right. No, and you're going to ruin the non-watch part too. Apparently, people started watching when I was overseas. So
Right. So let's get back to that non-watch thing because I don't want to fuck that up. That would be
I'll go
horrible.
on more vacations. It's all right.
All right, cool. So I speak by myself. Well, I am gonna do the Georgia trip, but most likely you're just gonna I'll leave on fucking Wednesday night and be back on Tuesday morning to do the
Nice.
show. So when you get back on Tuesday. Well, we'll do the show Tuesday then. Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. So I'll be excited though, because I'll have all that Talladega shit to talk about. So I'll probably be pumped up or hungover. One
You
of the
see,
two.
I came back from Italy with the Minshew mustache.
I saw you got the whole Minshew thing. Did you go
Yeah.
there as Gardner Minshew?
No, they had a lot of good Baffi and Italia, and so I decided to bring it back. And plus, I missed the draft, and like I just wanted to do something football.
Well, representing Minshew Magic is never a bad thing. So
I think it's a good look on me.
it is. And you know what? Speaking of the draft, let's do it. Let's just go right in. Let's get this sports show going.
Oh yes, I
Um,
like it. Oh wait, I did want to give a shout
welcome,
out. Sorry, real quick. My buddy on the ride home, I was totally unprepared, but Marvin from Munich, he was a
Marvin from
great
Munich.
buddy. We got to talk some sports on the way. So now I'm slightly more prepared and ready to go.
Well, thanks, Marvin. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you
Yeah,
for making this show not one-sided 3 weeks in a row.
right, exactly. And that's what we do for our subscribers. We look out for them too.
Is Marvin a subscriber now?
Marvin's a subscriber, yeah.
Marvin, welcome. Welcome to this continuously non-watch show. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Nice. All right, so
And
let's just do winners and losers. Let's simplify it. I don't think I don't think there's much more than winners and losers. We could talk
All
about
right.
Belichick
NFL
maybe
draft.
going to the
Yeah.
McAfee show, but nah.
All right. Well,
So,
I mean, we'll start with the Niners and Packers. All right, where do you put us on that list? Are we winners? Are we losers here?
oh, Packers and Niners were both winners. If you go through the talent added, and that's what you have to look at, who added talent to their team and who didn't waste their picks. I would put the Niners above the Packers, I think, in uh better value for the picks they got. And it's truly because they kind of traded up to get better value. You know what I mean? Packers really didn't. Packers traded down twice, and then we traded up when we got into 6 and 7. But in 3, 4, and 5, we traded back. So we were like, okay, so we'll go from 162 to 167. What are you going to give us? Well, we'll give you 191 and 192. We did.
All right. So,
I think we had 190 and 191 together. You know what I mean? So it was just
did
like
you
we
guys
just
acquire more picks for next year, or is it just you just kind of stood pat and took your guy and moved down every
no,
once in a while?
yeah, no, we had our 11 picks, and
Well, who
that's
did
where
you
we
get? Who are the guys that are going to make a difference next year for the Packers that you guys got?
um make a difference right away. I like all three of the linemen. So I mean, if you take the first round draft pick, he's a left tackle. They said transitions into a guard. Well,
All right. Sure. We got
we
one of those guys.
lost two guards and Bakhtiari this year, but I don't count Bakhtiari. Everybody keeps saying we lost Bakhtiari. He hasn't played for 2 years. So I'm like,
Yeah.
we didn't really lose Bakhtiari. We
Not a
still
big
have
loss.
we still have our left tackle. He played the whole year. So we're fine. That Jones guy, he's been there the whole year. Jordan Love hardly got sacked last year. Like he didn't get touched at all, basically the whole fucking year. Even
All right.
against the Niners in the playoffs. I don't see the Niners sack Jordan Love. I don't believe once. So maybe
Yeah, we
once.
didn't touch you.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we might not have even had a pressure.
So yeah, so we with the weaknesses we talked about on the line, or the Packers have talked about, we lost Runyon. We Noon that Noon's the other guard, left right guard, he's not very good. Newsom, he's not very good. The center they said is no good. So we drafted a guy that could play guard and center, but played center at Duke for the last 3 years.
All right,
The
so
guy who
you
played left tackle, going to be a good guard. And we got a lot of safety help. So, and I think that's the key. We picked up that linebacker. We got the number 1 linebacker in the whole draft. And we lost Devondre Campbell. So, I think that was probably the best move for us. The linebacker and the safety out of Georgia. Those two will probably make the biggest difference right away. You know.
all right.
Yeah. So,
And the Niners, I did a quick dive into that, and it seems like we do what we always do. We kind of piss everyone off by not taking the highest guy on the board, et cetera, et cetera. But it's all about Shanahan and his
right.
scheme. And so, real quick, the receiver in the first round, put him in open space. He's basically gone. Great hands. Pearsall from Florida.
Right.
We did a little O line help. It looks like we're just concentrating on making the right side of the line better. Makes sense since we have Trent Williams for one more year.
Yeah, you're good on the left side.
Right. Yeah. Aside from that, I mean, we had that running back that runs a 4.3, reminiscent of like a Raheem Mostert. Only had 1 year of college, but like 6 point whatever yards a carry. So I mean, that's another Shanahan guy.
Could be the best back in the draft, they said.
Yeah. And then we got another heat-seeking missile. Like you said, you had one of the best safety tacklers in your draft.
That Kintan Olandipu from Oregon.
We got Mustafa, which
So,
like
yeah.
15 years ago would have been like, oh, who's this guy? But like Mustafa and Hufanga, I mean, how
That
great would
sounds right.
that be as a safety combo?
I'm hoping McKinney and Bushard is a great safety combo. Yeah, that kid that you saw, the kid out of Oregon, they said he's a heat-seeking missile kind of kid. So, or he's a nasty tackler. A lot of tough tacklers the Packers picked. I mean, they picked a lot of like hard hitters this year. Something we don't usually do. But we're changing defenses. We brought in a lot of defensive help this year. Last year, the Packers brought in like 8 offensive players. This year, we brought in 8 defensive players. Add to the pool of talent, right? That's what we
There you
do.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so we both had good drafts, but neither of us got Marvin Harrison.
which is I really like the Cardinals draft. I think Cardinals might have got an A plus. I think we're both A minuses. You know,
Yeah,
I
no superstar talent, but a lot of stuff that's going to work well with us.
we took care of draft needs, and that's why I think we deserve A's. Um, Cardinals took care of everything. They got so many picks. I'm not talking about Philadelphia did very well too. They took that, that Quinyon Mitchell, and then
They
they
got the
got
two
that
best cornerbacks, right?
Yeah, right away. You know what I mean? So they got those 2 cornerbacks right away. They needed cornerback help because offensively they can put a lot of points on the board, and defensively they've been giving up a lot of points.
Yeah,
So great job by them. And they traded like I don't the god amount of times. Every time it was a
yeah.
trade, it
Howie
was
Rossman's a crazy man, but he seems to do well in drafts.
bounced around the whole draft. Actually, the Eagles were traded. Eagles traded. I was like, oh, Eagles traded a lot. But the Cardinals, I thought, with what they did, they took what I thought was the prize, which was Marvin Harrison Jr. of the whole draft.
Right?
Um, they got defensive
Guaranteed
back
Hall of
help.
Famer. That's
Yeah, they got a Hall of Famer receiver already. That's great. And tons of picks, lots of help. I think they're in your division. They're the team that probably did the best.
which is good
They
because
did,
they were the worst. So
right. They needed to do the best. They really
they
did,
did.
and they
They,
really did. Other than the fact, my favorite part of the whole deal is like, I think Kyler Murray sucks. I
right,
think
and
he's a
they're gonna
garbage
roll with that.
quarterback. Who did they build around? Kyler Murray. I like better than JJ McCarthy, I guess. That's who
For
they would
now,
have taken. I mean, if Drake May would have fell to 4 because Kraft went, nah, I want another Michigan man.
right?
Cardinals might have had to think for at least a second. Like,
They, I agree. I think Drake May is the best quarterback in this draft, which I hate since they went to the stupid Patriots.
right. But he came from North Carolina.
He did, but he's way better than Trubisky. As a guy that's been watching Carolina quarterbacks for a while, he's way better than Trubisky.
Well, he's an actual passing quarterback, right? He's an actual
Oh
true
yeah,
passing.
he'll hit that 40-yard opposite seam off the back foot. You know what I mean?
Switch
And
hands, throw with your left hand into the end zone.
I
Kind
mean,
of.
he's done
Yep.
it.
I
Yeah, no,
watched him do it.
Drake May is going to be a good quarterback in this league. I think better than
Yeah.
any of the other ones.
Well, that's why I say if the Cardinals had gotten to 4th and Drake May had fallen,
Yeah,
I would have thought about it because I don't have any faith in Kyler Murray. So even though the Cardinals just had a bang out wonderful draft, all
yeah.
they did was surround talent around a quarterback
Someone,
that I
someone
think
who's getting slower and not his arm's not getting any
is
stronger
not
either.
getting better. His height's not gaining.
Right, he's
He's
not
not a
growing.
pocket passer.
Yeah,
He can't stand behind an offensive line tall. So so great
well, I
draft,
like that.
Cardinals.
I like them winning and still sucking. And yeah, the other
Yeah,
teams
no,
aren't.
that's what they did. They
do
won.
much.
As the draft went, they won, but at the same time, they still surrounded all this talent around Kyler Murray. So, um, Bears had the number 1 pick, but very questionable. Very questionable.
Just say it. Just say it. He's going to be a bust. Just say you think he's going to
He's
be a
a
bust.
bust. I think he's a bust. I'm sorry. I think this kid will
It's
get.
on tape, everyone.
I think his attitude is poor, and his first year, if he suffers or struggles, I think could defeat him.
I hear Ryan Leaf somewhere in the bushes.
I do. I hear Ryan Leaf. I feel like there could be jail time for Khalib Williams down the fucking road. I really do.
Williams.
Yeah, I really think that. I mean, I'm not saying this, but once again, it's a bear. They've had 42 quarterbacks since '89.
Is it a curse?
I do believe so.
I don't know.
I believe so. You know when the curse started? '89, right? 89, they've had 42 quarterbacks, right? Yeah. And wasn't it Mike Ditka that didn't let Walter Payton score a touchdown? He gave it to William the Refrigerator Perry, and the curse
Yeah.
began. And it'll be there forever. Fuck him. They
It's
should
an
they should
appliance
go through.
curse.
Yeah, that's a fucking weird curse. But they should have given Walter Payton the football. He would have scored a touchdown, no
He just
curse.
jumped over that
Yeah.
thing, looked all pretty.
And Jim McMahon was the last great Bears quarterback. And
Oh,
that guy sucked.
he was not good.
He sucked. He was terrible. He looked good
He
in the
had to
glasses. That was about it.
threw it deep to Willie Galt every
Willie
once in a
Galt.
while, and
Oh,
that was
Willie's
it.
missed. Oh, Willie. Fuck.
Yeah.
Terrible hands Galt. Fuck. So yeah,
Yeah.
so a small notable little thing here. They only had 5 picks, the Bears. They took a punter in the 4th. I probably would have avoided a punter and probably looked for depth on my offense or defense of line somewhere.
Oh yeah. I mean,
The
Niners
punter
keep
from
taking.
Iowa was good, but not 4th round when I only
Right.
got 5 picks good.
Yeah.
So,
No, exactly. Mitch Wisnowski, he's been pretty good punter for the Niners, but do I regret not taking? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I could name
Anyone?
7 fucking Packers that we took.
Right after we took Mitch Wisnowski.
Yeah. Williams,
Don't take
Olendapo,
Baker.
Monk. Let's just start naming all the
Go to
Packers.
Argentina and pick up Romero. He'll kick a field goal.
There you go. So, yeah, Bears questionable. I have the Bears on both lists because I think, yeah, you think you won, but you got that receiver, but I think you lost, actually. I think he's a bust. The receiver will be traded in 4 years, and the Bears will be fucking last in the division for the next 10. That's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I'm a Packer fan.
I'm still looking forward to Houston versus the Bears week 2. I think that'll be a shootout and a lot of fun.
I agree. I just think the Texans is going to just run over them. So
yeah, Texans I don't know who they added, but in free agency they just picked up everyone, and they're going to be C.J. Stroud and the old men Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell, the guy that got shot.
Yeah. Well, I told you. Well, they got that. Did they get the Mitchell kid? Somebody took that kid from one of the states that was really, really good. I might have been Texas. I
was trying to check, but I didn't see it.
I didn't put Texas on a winner or a loser. Texas was like a B for me.
Right.
And I don't think that's just in the middle of the road. You know, Packers had 11 picks. You traded up very well and got value out of every one of your picks to fit your system. Cardinals killed it in the draft. The Bears, did they win or did they lose? I thought the Colts sitting at 15, making no moves and getting the first defensive player in the whole draft.
Did they take Latu?
Latu. So I thought that was like, wow, you guys sat there for 14 straight picks looking for a defensive player going, God, I hope we get the second cornerback. And you got just the first pick in the draft on defense. And I thought, well, you got to be a winner there. Because they're the ones that got that that Mitchell kid, that receiver.
Yeah,
Ohtani. So the Colts got Latu in the 15th pick, like, oh, all right. Well, you should have been the 5th pick of the draft.
I'm already sucked into drafting Anthony Richardson next year in fantasy because, like, he's got these new talents and he's got some defense. Yeah, Colts look decent. They look like a winner.
Well, is he going to start right away? I mean, I'm just going injury, not is his injury going to be past?
Oh, yeah, Richardson's fine. He's a 19-year-old super stud.
Okay, cool. So I thought Colts were winners because able to grab the number 1 defensive player and able to grab what everybody said could have been a first-round receiver.
Speed kills.
Yeah. So, yeah, right? Speed kills. And then speaking of speed killing, I put the Chiefs as a winner. This sounds crazy. How could the team that should have gotten every last pick in every draft or every round got an A? But trading with your arch rival, the Bills, to take their pick, to pick up the next Tyreek Hill in the draft, to pair him with Mahomes and Kelsey.
And Marquise Brown too, right? Didn't they pick up Marquise Brown?
Yeah. They got downtown Hollywood. They're good. They got Hollywood, and now they have somebody that can outrun Hollywood.
Right? Holy shit.
Holy shit. And the Bills gave them that with no receiver.
No.
And then later on in the draft, they picked a receiver, Mr.
Coleman.
Keon Coleman, one good year.
28-year-old guy had one good year.
28-year-old Florida State receiver. So, yeah, I'm confused by the Bills. So, with that being said, I think the Chiefs were the last winner in mind because there was a lot of just Bs. Ravens were a B. The Texans were a B. they
Yeah.
they improved their teams, but who really I thought added and changed their teams and did really well in the draft? Let's end there. Bills, I think they poorly did their draft, trading to a team that has beaten them twice in the
Yeah.
AFC Championship.
Yeah, they're getting worse. Somehow the Chiefs keep staying very good, and the Bills
Relevant.
Bills are like this. They were up, and then they're just. I think they're done.
Yeah, I think they're done.
Yeah,
I think when you trade to the team in the first round that continually keeps beating you, and then they take the player you should have probably fucking taken because you don't have but one, and
yeah.
he's some little speedy guy that's probably not your number one. I know you got
Decor.
Kincaid, I know you got Knox, but to not take a receiver with that pick, to give it to the Bills, your arch rival.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
I was died
So yeah, so they're the losers. The
them
only
right
two
with the Bears.
right with the Bears.
Right with the Bears.
I had Broncos and Saints as some of my losers. The Saints
Um,
thing was just because I wanted a Kool-Aid jersey, and now
no,
so
the Saints have them.
the
Yeah.
Saints got the jinx of Kool-Aid jersey by the
Yeah.
Goob.
Saints were a BB plus. There were some decent moves by the Saints.
They took Spencer Rattler.
Took Spencer Rattler, but they waited longer than anybody's
Oh
waited
yeah,
from the
see,
first
that's
round.
good value.
Yeah,
Spencer
that's
Rattler in
good
the
value.
fourth round or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not bad. He might be better than Derek Carr already. Very.
And if you let him sit for a couple years and understand the game, he might be great. Speaking of another bad pick, Michael Penix Jr., because he was automatically drafted to wait 4 years in the 8th pick.
Right.
And I look at all the talent that was passed up when Michael Penix Jr. Now, I understand the Raiders probably would have taken Michael Penix Jr. at 27th or traded somewhere to 24th,
Cool.
23, 20.
And can we
I
both say that
understand that.
I like Michael Penix. Do you like Michael Penix?
I loved Michael Penix. I loved the talent of his arm.
Sure. Yeah.
Every ball was it was in play.
Catchable. It was catchable.
It was catchable, but it was also he could throw it.
Oh yeah.
Do you need the slant, the back throw, the back shoulder, the across, the deep
Yep.
90? What do you want? I got them all in the book. You know what I mean? So I
He
thought
did.
all
He
the
did.
talent was there. I think that his injuries and the fact that
How does this help Atlanta at all?
Brock Bowers would have helped Atlanta. Uh,
Huh.
oh by oh by the way, they could have had any receiver past Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Anyone. You would have Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, name the next 10. They could have
Just
had one of them.
just Dallas Turner and
Dallas
Latu
Turner
or
and Latu would have helped their defense.
any one of the cornerbacks. I mean, Christ, Atlanta.
Terry and Arnold,
Right?
any of them.
Any of them.
Instead, Michael Penix Jr. to back up their quarterback for the next 4 years.
Maybe Cousin comes to Vegas and tries to steal my job.
I don't think Cousins. He got $180 million and millions of it guaranteed. I don't understand. I understand what the Packers did twice. Drafting Aaron Rodgers while Brett Favre was there. Drafting Jordan Love while Aaron
Sure, that
Rodgers.
seems to be working out for you guys.
And that seemed to work out, but we had already gone to Super Bowls and playoffs and done all this and then drafted him after 17 years. Super Bowl playoffs and then drafted him. Caused a little bit of a disruption, but still, he should have known we did that with him.
Yeah, no, if Atlanta fucks up, they waste 2 years of an already old quarterback's, career.
Right.
And if they cut Cousins, it's what, 85 million off the books in like 1 year if they cut him.
Yeah.
Like that's like a third or a third of the yeah.
None of it made any sense. I really do understand the Packer ideological get a quarterback, give
All
him.
right, let's get over the Packers stuff here.
I know we can't ever
We get it. We get it.
but I don't think it's working for the Falcons.
No, I don't think that's working. Broncos and Browns, I think also that was a result of being shitty before, but they didn't do much with their fucking shit either. Sorry.
No. I'm gonna add one more to the list, and I think it's a fan favorite. The Cowboys.
Yes.
Cowboys
Losers.
I'm gonna give them a C. I'm gonna say that needed a running back, didn't do it. Uh Probably could have traded up and done a little better on the offensive lineman they got. Since they had a tackle, they needed a set. You know what I mean? So,
They
um,
signed Ezekiel Elliott for $3 million.
and that's why they made the list today. Because instead of just drafting any fucking running back from the draft
Right.
who's
They
in their
re-signed the guy that runs a
21 years of
5.0
age,
40.
they signed Ezekiel Elliott and gave
I
him
bet if he, what do you think his 40 time is right now?
5'1" with a beer belly.
Oh
Eh,
man.
he's probably Thor from the last movie behind. Are you kidding me? I'm like, what the fuck are you
It's
talking
like,
about?
can you
I
make the
bet he's
Subway
not wearing
sandwich
a
just get
half shirt
smaller?
this year. Fucking Eddie Lacy this year. That's who he is. He's
Right?
Eddie
Oh
Lacy.
no.
Oh no, he's not Eddie. He's Eddie Lacy this year. That's who he is. So no, I thought I put the Cowboys in there. The instant I saw Ezekiel Elliott was picked up by the Cowboys, I went, "Who's running this organization?"
Some old decrepit guy.
Some fucking psychopath. He didn't draft a running back. He
Yeah,
went and picked up
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott shouldn't have got a job this year. Not until somebody's second back went down. And they should have called up Zeke and said, Zeke, we need a
Where's the
second back.
plague?
Yeah, we need to get you in, bro. We're in trouble. I don't know. So I put the Cowboys on that list because
Cool. I think that was a good draft review. I feel like I learned a lot.
nice. No, the draft was excellent. I watched all 3 days of it, which was insane because I haven't watched all 3 days of the draft since I was a child. So
Nice.
yeah,
Someone had to. I mean, you're just putting in the work. That's what we do here. Putting in the work. Like and subscribe because you do the work too. All right.
yeah, they should.
NBA playoffs. I heard I missed some stuff. I'm surprised about some things. I'm not surprised about some things. I'd
Well,
like
you
to
missed the
start off.
Warriors last game.
I did. I missed that. Were we even close to winning that game? I don't even know.
No,
Nah, we just sucked.
no. I think Clay got 0 points.
No one told me that. How was that even possible?
You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea. They don't have Sports Center in Italy, by the way.
I think he put up a goose egg in the last game.
Goose
Like
egg. Wow.
goose did in the
Well,
last game.
that is not going to help his salary negotiations. Maybe we
It
get a
didn't
bet.
help even the fan negotiations on if they were willing to even say he was worthless or worth it anymore. The fans were just like, get this bum out the fuck. Yeah, I think he put up a zip. Bad game. You guys got ass handed. Yeah. Well, it was a
Hey,
very good
that
game.
might save the Warriors like $90 million. So
Oh, I don't think after the last, I don't think Clay will be back now. I think that
oh,
was even Steph was like, you know, like
he's like, I don't know how to spin this positively today.
yeah. Did you see Draymond?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
Draymond
change the
played well,
subject.
Clay. Or Steph, say again. Yeah, well, yeah, Clay was having a bad day. It's not all about that one game, you know. I mean, that's
Right.
about
Cool.
all the other games Clay has not done well in this year. So, no, listen, Knicks up 3-2. I then, out of getting the first time being a 2 seed, getting the worst draw in the world, picking up the fucking 2 seed 76ers. I think we've played very well. Last 3 games have been insane, and it's whoever scores 47 points, one player, that team wins.
Right.
We've
So
gone
it's been
in
Embiid and Maxey and the Sixers and Brunson and
Brunson winning for 47, broke Bernard King's playoff scoring record.
yeah, no,
Most
his
points in a
percentage
game.
of points and assists team is like he's up there with Luca right now as far as like he just runs the whole game. Runs.
Brunson for the Knicks runs the whole game.
That's crazy, right? Who'd
Yeah.
ever thought that when he was drafted, what, 31st and whatever draft that was?
A couple years ago, people were wondering why the Knicks were giving him a 4-year, $104 million contract.
Yeah, Dallas feels like a bunch of idiots, right?
I think most of the NBA feels like a bunch of fucking idiots right now. So, no, good for Brunson. Brunson's playing well. Hart's playing well. Mitchell Robinson came back tonight because we missed him for a couple games. I think that's going to be huge for the next 2 games. We got 2 games to knock the 76ers out. So we got, we got,
That's gonna be one of those exciting ones. You get game 6 is in Philly, and then game 7,
is in
if necessary,
if
back in MSG.
necessary. Yeah.
Where you guys haven't won since 1999.
1999. I feel that's a long time ago. Oh, wait
right?
a minute. That is a long time ago. That's
Oh,
25 fucking years ago.
yeah. If I
So,
was you, I would just get it done in Philly. Don't worry about that record. Don't worry about closing it out at
oh
home. Just
no, no, I'm fine. Let's just do it in Philly.
sounds good.
If you go to the West, there's only one series going still, so everybody in the West is completely at home resting right now, stretching and taking massages and showers and cold baths.
Yeah.
So, I
Well,
mean,
my shock was Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Project seems to have imploded. Or
I
is Anthony Edwards just that good?
I watched some of that series. He's just that good. That
Nice.
kid's unstoppable. I mean, he just scored from anywhere, and he knows he's the best player on the court, which is, that was what Michael Jordan had. When you watch Jordan, what did Michael Jordan know? Well, nobody's better than me.
Yeah.
So I guess as a team, they might be able to beat me, but probably not. You know what I mean? And he's
Ooh,
got that same
that
kind of
swagger.
that swagger. That swagger, though, that Michael Jordan swagger, that LeBron James swagger, that,
Right.
well, other than me, nope, just me. I'm the best on the court. Let's get this done. So, yeah, yeah, he's the best
So that's
basketball player.
awesome.
Yeah.
But now I feel like instead of Durant winning the championship for the Warriors back in the day, it's like we won despite having Kevin Durant.
Despite having Kevin Durant on your team, you still
Because
won.
no one else could do it.
It's very possible. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. That shocks me. I
Uh,
mean,
yeah, there was the fourth and fifth best scorers in basketball, and they couldn't get past one team.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And we're loving OKC still. We're loving Denver. They've already
OKC had no problem doing their job.
right getting rid of Zion. Bye bye. And LeBron, thank God. Oh, I'm not going to say what I'm going to do next year. Well, no one cares, LeBron. Good.
I think the most disappointing thing I heard this week, actually, and correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. Um, the
My favorite
Lakers
part.
even considering drafting Bronny James was kind of like, what? What the fuck would you? He's G League at best.
Yeah,
So to keep an
that a make
aging
believe.
and to call LeBron James an aging player is hilarious because he's well seasoned. You know what I mean? He's not aged, he's well seasoned.
He's fine wine or
He's fucking fine wine. But to think
aged
that he
tea.
can still do what he does, they
Best year
offer
ever by a 39-year-old, easily.
they're offering him 3 years, $160 million or some stupid shit. It's like ridiculous.
That's
And
absurd.
considering drafting his son. If I was any other fucking team, I would wait till he signed that contract. I would draft his fucking son.
First
I'd be like,
overall,
I'd be
LeBron
like,
James,
because
Bronny James, first overall pick, just because they.
yeah, and right after he signed the contract, no, I wouldn't do first overall pick. I'd look where the Lakers were in the second round. I mean, where the Lakers floating in the
I get it.
second?
We get the theory.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I grab him and
Yeah.
just
No. Yeah.
and
Anyway,
keep
Lakers
him
gone.
too. Just keep him. 12th guy off the bench.
My question is, you have the you have the Mavs go.
That's all
Sorry,
that time in
a
Italy smoking and
lot of smoking
drinking
cigarettes in
wine
Italy.
and
Yeah, yeah, I know
yeah.
it's kind of not a lot to do. But anyway, Mavs Clippers 2-2. Do you have the Mavs probably come out of that? I'm assuming Kawhi Leonard being hurt.
Kawhi would
Do you
not playing now, but Paul George has played very well.
yeah.
I
Can
I
they
I
either one
was
of those make some noise, or that's basically a boring series?
I thought it was 3-1.
2-2.
No, well, it's 2-2. I thought it was going to be 3-1 after the last game, and the Clippers won that game. So,
Yeah,
and I'm talking about the 40-point comeback by the Mavs. That's what I'm like. Here, they're not losing that
that
game.
sounds like a performance of the week.
It was a performance of the week. The Mavericks coming back from whatever amount of points they were to 30 or 32, whatever that point total that they came back and bucket for bucket in the end. I thought it was going to be 3-1 Mavs. So I think the Mavs still win this series, but because Luka and Kyrie are just better than Paul George and what Russell Westbrook. Sorry to tell you.
Agreed.
So, but 2-2 right now, and the only series in the West going. So, for people on the West Coast, Woo!
Right.
Or miss half the game because you're at work. Just saying.
Exactly.
So we still got the hey, listen, Bucks with nobody staved off elimination tonight. So
Yeah, that just shows me that the Pacers do not have that playoff killer instinct yet,
no,
and so I'm not worried about them.
no. And Miami will be gone tomorrow.
The only thing I think about in that series is the loss of Porzingis. Is that probably helps the Knicks, huh?
That helps the Knicks. Yeah. That doesn't help anybody else. No, because uh Miami's down Rozier,
Jamie B.
Butler. They're down like 4 or 5 players. So I think I understand Porzingis is gone, but Tatum and Brown, Celtics are fine.
Yeah,
Say goodbye to Miami tomorrow. Celtics will start resting because they give Porzingis no worry time off. You know,
sure.
we're fine. We're waiting on the Pacers, I guess.
Probably.
That's who they're waiting on, right?
Yeah.
They're not waiting on the 76ers because, God damn it, we better beat them. So, Pacers, they're waiting on the Pacers to beat the Bucks. So, MLB, we'll get into this, I assume, next week. But the Dodgers look way better. Had a rough start.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. We had a rough start. And it was it was the pitching. In that first little 20 game stretch where we were losing and we were like 11 and blah, blah, we were giving up like 6 runs a games. We're like 2 runs a game now.
I was loving Yamamoto sucking. Yeah.
No, we're two is
You're
like
fine now.
2-1-2-1-2. So
I mean, I looked at the stats
I'm
and
down. It's
you'll see
worried.
it. Says you guys
Get
have
your glasses on, old man.
says you guys have the best pitcher and the best hitter in baseball. Glass now and Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So that sucks.
probably got the 4 and 5 in pitching in the
Oh yeah, Will Smith is the
yeah.
third best hitter in baseball.
Yeah, Freeman's got to be there somewhere. That guy's playing really well too. I like him.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing to say. I guess
You're in
I
second place, 4.5 games behind. I didn't think you were going to be there. I had you second to last. I had Diamondbacks and I had Padres, Giants.
Well, we got the best catcher in baseball, and not much after that. Blake Snell, complete joke.
You got the Korean.
I called that one. The Goob called that one.
You got the Korean guy.
Yeah, he's playing good. He's playing well.
Played very well.
Jung-Hoo Lee.
Jung-Hoo Lee, man, that's your boy. Now you need to get his jersey because that guy might be your best player for like the next 5-6 years.
Absolutely.
Just bad. He might be your Ichiro.
About time to get a jersey.
Yeah, man.
He models his game after Ichiro.
Man, if you had like a little Ichiro on your team, you'd be thrilled to death. You get that jersey. 10 years of great batting and dedication.
It's done. Shit. I'm getting the Anthony Edwards jersey. I mean, I spent too much money on jersey. Maybe I
can, you should. You should calm down on jerseys, but whatever.
If Lufthansa asks what's in my bag and I say like $3,000 worth of shit, maybe they believe me. And I buy a lot of jerseys.
Lufthansa, is that how you pronounce it?
Lufthansa?
Is that Lufthansa? Is that how it was pronounced?
Yeah, that was the airline that lost my baggage.
I thought it was Youth-Asia or Luthasia. Or I didn't fuck. I was like
Euthanasia.
Yeah, man, Euthanasia. I thought that was an airport. You're like, good luck. That sounds scary.
It does. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever see my socks again, but see what's up.
Fuck your socks.
What
else you got for baseball, big man? I know you got some stuff for baseball.
Trout, I just saw it. Mike Trout, knee surgery. He was leading the league in home runs, and yet again, out for the majority of the year.
What are you saying?
I'm saying the Angels should trade him because he's jinxed in LA. Maybe to the Dodgers.
What?
No, I don't know.
Say that again.
I'm just sad that the best player in baseball is only playing 40 games a year again.
Yeah, it is kind of sad, actually.
Yeah, kind of. Ellie De La Cruz, though, he's not sad. He's got like 18 stolen bases already.
Really?
And he threw a ball 106 miles an hour today from shortstop to first base.
Wow.
Yeah, Ellie De La Cruz is insane. I like that about baseball.
How fast was the ball?
106.2 miles an hour, the fastest recorded ball ever thrown in a baseball game in MLB history.
From shortstop to first base.
That is correct.
What did the first baseman say when he saw that fucker coming at him?
The shortstop better buy him a new glove, though. That's for sure.
Right, because he smacked that glove. Holy shit! That's the same distance between the catcher and the pitcher.
Pretty damn close. It's scary.
And that guy throws that ball into a really thick glove. Frightening.
Yeah, no. So Ellen De La Cruz, that's make my my list of cool things.
Nice.
And we're almost to the point where teams are at 20 wins. I mean, a lot of the favorites, right? The Orioles, the Braves, your guys, the Dodgers,
Yeah.
and the Indians are hanging in there with 19 wins.
Guardians.
Well. The Guardians. Sorry, the Guardians.
The Guardians and the Yankees are out of first place. Go Orioles.
Yep.
They had that little 2-week where the Yankees.
I'm going to have to redo the board. I haven't redone our board yet.
You just got back from vacation yesterday. Everybody understands. You're tired. We'll be fine.
That's right.
Redo that board. Next week, we'll come in. We're going to come in baseball strong and hockey strong next week.
Yeah, that's right. I like it.
And starting off with, we'll start off with NBA next week. So we'll just go right in strong. Playoffs will be going.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching a couple playoff hockey games and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've watched a little playoff hockey. I've listened to more of it on the radio, just as exciting because those guys just get as excited as you can watching it.
Love their hockey.
Love their hockey. So, I mean, on that side note, my Panthers have now moved to the next round, as well as the Rangers, who I supported the year before that. So both my hockey teams have moved on.
Yep. Carolina moved
Penguins.
on.
Penguins are not going to move on, I don't believe.
No. Now I don't really want to talk about it.
Well, let's talk about NASCAR then. Danny Hamlin won another race. This is his third race this year.
He's a good driver.
Denny won his third race this year. And he's the owner of the Reddick team. So I'm like, yeah, got to be good money flowing right there.
It's a nice connection.
Yeah, so good. So we were at Dover this week. Hamlin won his third race. Hendricks, Larson took second. Man, Hendricks all in the top 10, I believe. They're really good. Reddick, 11th. With good points, though. He did well on the stage. I think he had like 29 or 30 points. Which is like,
top 5 now, right?
Huh?
You're like
he's
top
in 5
now.
He's 5th now, yeah. He's starting to get into this, maybe one of these top 5 drivers.
Becoming elite?
Becoming elite, where he can win at any race. Getting that super speedway win along with the road courses and getting a super speedway win, no matter how you get it, you get it. So it's yours. And he had to be in the top 4 or 5 to get that win because he had to, no matter what happened in front of him, he was close enough to get it. So, yeah, no, Reddick might becoming elite. And I don't think that's because I'm rooting for him. I just think I got lucky on getting another great driver. You spend 20 some odd years with Mr. Gordon here, and then you just wait and you wait and you wait and you go, I don't know. I don't see anybody I like. This kid might become elite. Busher, back to his normal 13, 14. Right. Yeah, say he's still in 14th place. He needs a win, though, because that'll keep him in 14th with points. He's got 2 sitting behind him, Suarez and somebody else, who wants this playoff.
Liking it.
Top. That's why he's where he is because 5 top 5s, man. It's hard to be top 5 in any of these little things right here, man. These guys are all good. They all spend millions of dollars. So, no, I think he's fine. He needs a win, though. And, well, we watched him win at the end of the year last year with like 6 weeks to go before the chase.
He's like the Oakland Athletics, man. It gets hot in July.
Hot in July. Shit, yeah. He's a little redneck. He's from Texas. That's why.
One hot month.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a good Scorsese film. One
hot month. He only needs one hot day. It's a win. He's in. One hot day he's in. So
that's fantastic.
I would ask you if you've got any performers of the week, but you're probably going to bore me with soccer players for the next 10 minutes. So go ahead. Who's your performers of the week?
You know what? I just want to say that soccer match, AC Milan versus Inter Milan, even though my boys, Christian Pulisic and Yunus Musa, were not winning. But that game was insane. It was like 38 degrees, raining, ice cold. and 80,000 people showed up, and the Inter Milan side yelled stuff at the AC Milan side, and the AC Milan side sang songs and chanted and pointed for 98 minutes straight. They were
All
spaced
drunk
out.
on wine, huh? That's crazy.
There were no, well, no, I don't know. Who knows? They were drunk on the power of sport. And it was
Nice. We don't
just,
get drunk on that in America. We get drunk on beer and watch sports.
that's right. No, it was just,
That's
it
the
was the
difference.
most, it was the most intense sporting event I've ever seen. Comparable, it, I mean, the Yankees playoff game, the ninth inning on was kind of like that, but they did this for 98 minutes straight, not just for 3 innings.
Right.
It was so intense, amazing, amazing experience. If anyone ever has a chance to go overseas and see something like this,
No,
performance of the week.
I could have went to one in Scotland and I should have. Instead, I went to a family thing. I'd never met this family. I'm glad I went there too. So, but that soccer game probably would have been pretty fucking awesome too.
Sometimes you got to make tough choices, but
Yeah.
in this case,
You do. You sometimes got to make tough choices, huh?
oh yeah,
Um,
the train ride home was nuts too. I'll tell you about that later, but yeah, there was chanting. Even the losing team was still chanting and cheering, and they didn't go home like these. You know, we lost. Now they're like, fuck the other team still.
power of sports.
It was great.
Awesome. Um, I got some performers of the week. Thanks for the hat,
Hey,
Torino.
excellent. Nice town. Nice town.
Goob got me a nice hat from Italy, so that's a performer of the week for me. Brunson putting up 47, breaking Bernard King's, and I do not have a Bernard King jersey up right now. I'm very sorry to all my Knick fans.
It was
Tomorrow,
supposed to be a.
next week that'll be Bernard King, Patrick Ewing, and fucking will not be a Prozingis jersey there. I promise you, I will not put that up. I'll put
I
a
know. I was
random
gonna
Knick.
say the Porzingis bobblehead was supposed to be Bernard King, but Lufthansa fucked it up.
Yeah. Well, fuck Lufthansa, those bastards. We need to get rid of that Porzingis before next week. I can promise you
No,
that.
absolutely.
That will
I would
not be here
chuck it.
when this fucking next week's episode starts. Porzingis will have to come back next year, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
So yeah, Brunson breaking Bernard King's. I mean, yeah, that's good. That's a long time. It's actually disappointing to me to think that Bernard King was the last person to put up a lot of points in a playoff game for the Knicks. You know, after
He did it
Ewing.
with a bunch of 18-foot jumpers too. That was
He
legendary.
did too from the left hand side.
Yeah.
Switch. That
No
dude was the
threes,
man.
no fouls. He just made like 24 18-foot jumpers.
He's the reason I'm a Knick fan today. Just if everybody asks why are you a Knick fan, I'd be like, well, Bernard King, and then the Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing, who beat my Wildcats in a fucking championship game. So no, never forget that shit. So yeah, Brunson, awesome performance, awesome
Oh,
performance in the playoffs so far. Kid's playing outstanding. And then Brian Gutekunst, 11 picks, Green Bay Packers. Madness, great job, dude.
right on,
That's
man.
really good. So, what are you looking forward to? Being back?
Champions League's down to their final four. So PSG Dortmund tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Woo!
You went all the way to Italy to watch soccer for 2 weeks, and then you're looking forward to a goddamn soccer match.
Check this out. Remember how I said I was unprepared in the beginning?
Uh-huh.
That's going to be Italy in a few years in the World Cup when the USA dominates them, because I didn't see one soccer field in all of Italy. And I'm not joking. I saw a park where two kids were kicking a soccer ball back and forth, but I didn't see one soccer field. Crazy. I see more driving through Livermore.
Where do they get all their players from? Different countries?
Now, I don't know, but we're going to wreck them next year.
Wrecking
Thanks for
them.
having me, Italy.
You're gonna get smashed, Italy.
I'm going to get
He's
smashed.
smashing you. Well, all right. I felt good using this new age terminology. And with that being said, I'm FB.
Hey, I'm the Goob.
Later. Now I gotta find buttons with my blind eyes. Ah.